Hello. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind everyone that I will be attending BronyCon this year. So in order to prepare, I'll be taking perhaps a week or two off, depending on how much content I can get finished before then. As I said, I will try to get something up, but if I can't, between work and, preparation and all that stuff, you'll know why. This is also a reminder to come and talk to me and pretty much say hi. Now, on with the show. Just so you know, there are spoilers in this video. You have been warned.
My Little Pony, the movie.
Excuse me while I have a seizure. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Pony Files. I am Storm, and in this episode we are going to talk about the My Little Pony movie, not to be confused with the 1986 one. I might actually get to that one at a later date, but we're going to talk about the more recent one, the 2017 movie, the third in Gen 4, that received a theatrical release. This movie Hasbro went full throttle, and boy does it show. From the animation, to presentation, to the style, everything has been given a massive upgrade, which only makes sense. Now, a lot of the high-end reviewers out there didn't like this film. It only received a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, and on CinemaScore, audiences gave it an A-, so, pretty much give you an idea on how it was received. Truth be told, I actually see both sides. After all, this is clearly a movie meant for a specific demographic. If you are a fan of the show or just want a simple film for the family, you will enjoy it. Everyone else? Chances are, not so much. Now, did I enjoy the film? Absolutely. I think it's a charming little adventure that will entertain you from beginning to end. And I have to stress this. If you are a fan of MLP. You could like it despite that, but chances are you'll like it better if you are a fan of MLP. The beginning of the film starts with ponies from around Equestria gathering in Canterlot for the first ever Friendship Festival, an event hosted by Twilight, who is clearly up for the job.
Oh my goodness, I can't handle this! Classic Twilighting.
She wants the other princesses to help out by using their magic to help make the festival even better, but receives words of encouragement instead. Despite this setback, things seem to be progressing relatively well. That is until... With this scene, we are introduced to one of the antagonists of the movie, Tempest Shadow. This character is the definition of awesome. I mean, just watch this. Right from the start, you know she is the MVP of the movie. Intelligent, cunning, resourceful, and relentless. And that voice.
3 days. I'll have everything ready for your arrival.
Oh, stormy likey. Anyway, that is just a fraction of the awesomeness that is Tempest Shadow. So you would think that with so much going for her, she would be the main villain of the movie, right? Wrong! Correct once again, Lex Luthor, owner of LexCorp and arch nemesis of Superman. The role of the main villain instead goes to this guy.
Where am I supposed to be looking? I never understand how this spell works. Tempest!
The Storm King. Excuse me for a second. Oh, come on! There goes that deposit too. I'll be right back. I hope you are enjoying the video. Please support the channel by subscribing and leaving a like. Every little bit helps. And now, back to the pony program. There. No one will notice. After Tempest leads the attack on Canterlot and the three princes are turned to stone, the main six go on a journey outside of Equestria to find the queen of the hippogriffs. Now I have to admit, this got my attention, seeing the main six journey outside of Equestria. I mean, sure, Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie went to the Griffin Lands, and we know that the ponies migrated from the old country, but this time they are in truly unmapped territory. Along the way they meet some new characters, Capper the Con Artist, the Parrot Pirates, and the Sea Ponies, who are in fact hippogriffs transformed. One of the main themes of the movie is how friendship can be strained. Twilight throughout the film is put under enormous pressure, first with planning the festival, and now with trying to save Equestria from the clutches of the Storm King, and stopping me from strangling said Storm King. Throughout most of the movie, she tries to put all the responsibility upon her shoulders, and this causes friction between the 6 friends. Of course, there are times where the stress was understandable, like when Rainbow Dash did a Sonic Rainbow where they was trying to remain stealthy. Now, I'm not going to spoil the breaking point, but let's just say that the lesson is sound, that sometimes you have to realize you can't do everything by yourself, and have to lean on your friends for help. Needless to say, this leads to Twilight getting captured by Tempest, and the two have a heart-to-heart. And it is here we finally understand why Tempest does what she does, and truth be told, I found the revelation simple but effective. So the movie continues on with all 4 princesses captured, in order for a special ritual in order to give the Storm King power. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible because I don't want to talk about this character any more than I have to. But I think it is quite clear that I don't like this guy. First thing is his personality. It is just up and down. It is like he is trying to be Hades from Hercules, but without any of the charm. Second, he tries to act menacing, but most of the time he plays a comedic goofball.
Control the elements, and right now I'm holding a what? The branch, a twig. Bleh. Remember, Tempest, only I have the power to make you whole. Great! I'm gonna power up, crash and bang, and be the biggest, baddest.
I mean, before the final act, all we've seen him do is fuss at Tempest and act like a kid, but he keeps proclaiming he's the only one that can restore her horn. But I tried to hold off judgment, because it could turn out that this guy could be the real deal. But it seemed that was nothing more than a clever ruse. This guy couldn't restore a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a unicorn's horn. Look, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it is something you just have to experience for yourselves. But I'll say this. Almost every other villain in the show has at least proven to be a viable threat in one form or another. But Tempest had to basically give the Storm King his power. The one dent in Tempest's otherwise flawless, perfect angel voice, sexy, sexy armor. The movie continues with the rest of the main 6 along with their new friends coming to save the day. They, along with Tempest, who had a change of heart, managed to defeat the Storm King. Never gets old. And with that, the ponies are restored. Hold on, one more time. Oh, so satisfying. The Friendship Festival continues on, and even the Storm King's forces get in on the celebration. Plus, as an added bonus, we learn of Tempest's true name, which I won't spoil for you here. All in all, everything's wrapped up nice and neat. As I said before, I love the movie. There are only 2 flaws I have with it. The first is clearly the Storm King, but I've already talked enough about him. And if I continue, the need for strangulation will rise up and overtake me. And second, and this is more of a nitpick, but it seems that Applejack and Fluttershy kinda got pushed back while the other ones at least had a moment or two to actually be in the spotlight. Although this does have me curious about something. Even though we're within the final season of Friendship is Magic, it seems that there's another movie being planned for 2021. Now, rumor has it that it is going to be a sequel to this movie, which should prove interesting, but I guess time will tell. Till next time, this is Storm signing off. One more time!